right, it is a new hour here on Live Now from Fox, 3 p.m. out on the East Coast, 12 o'clock on the West Coast, as we continue to bring you some other top stories that we are following for you. And this was a big one. Wall Street Journal had this exclusive where Elon Musk, he is going to be putting $45 million a month to a Trump new super PAC. So I want to break all this down here. We do have one of the reporters here with us right now on Live Now from Fox, Dana Mattioli with the Wall Street Journal. Thanks so much for joining us here. This is big, big news with Elon.
Yeah, it's a giant story. We've seen this flirtation between Elon Musk and Donald Trump for months now. It was sort of like a will he, won't he come out and endorse him? Is he going to get involved in the reelection efforts? And he is in a big way. Our story answered that question. You know, Elon is part of this PAC called the America PAC, and he's the biggest donor. He's pledging $45 million a month, and they're going to be focused on the ground game in swing states. And, you know, signing up voters, trying to get voters to side with, President Trump, and trying to get them to request mail-in ballots and vote early.
Yeah, it all seemed like on Saturday afternoon, early evening, when we saw what happened on Saturday. Really, the whole country and the world saw what happened with Donald Trump and the attempted assassination. And then immediately after, he goes on X and says, you know what, I am going to put this out there. I'm supporting Donald Trump for president. And now it seems like it's this ripple effect, and he's going to be not only supporting him, but in a big, big way with money.
Yeah, what's fascinating is, that's right, Musk came out right after the shooting and the assassination attempt and publicly endorsed Donald Trump. But what was going on in the background was, with this America PAC, happened weeks earlier, but it was able to keep secret. Musk was part of this since June and pledged this money to that effort. And, I think there's a sense that from the people involved in the PAC, which includes other tech CEOs and venture capitalists, so there's this real shift to the right there. But there's a sense among those people that the Democrats have historically been better at the ground game, have historically been better at door knocking and having those conversations, and they want to combat some of that.
And Dana, I want to ask you too on your reporting here. Is there any thought, if Donald Trump does win once again, would Elon Musk maybe have an advisor role within the White House? What have you been hearing?
We reported a few months back that Elon Musk had been involved in these small meetings, some of them with other high-ranking Republicans, to talk about the state of the country and maybe getting involved in, coming over to Donald Trump's side. One of them even included a meeting with Donald Trump where the idea of Musk having an informal sort of advisory role was floated. Elon runs 6 companies, is the world's richest person. So I don't think he would ever take a formal sort of role in the presidency, because it would mean having to cash out of those companies. But you could certainly see a world in which he might be an informal advisor of some sort, especially given his perch in corporate America.
And Elon Musk was making even more news this week when he decided he is done with California.
Yeah, that's right. He announced, I think it was yesterday, that he would move 2 of his companies, I think X and SpaceX, from California to other states. And this was about a new law in California that doesn't require schools to tell parents if their child is changing their gender orientation. He's really been on the forefront of speaking out against diversity and inclusion efforts, and so this wasn't that surprising.
And, going back here to the big support there for Donald Trump, when you look back at his X postings, I mean, he was always teetering on the going full support for Donald Trump. But when do you think, okay, if this shooting didn't happen, when do you think this would have been formally announced with the Super PAC?
Yeah, it's a great question. So the Super PAC filing came out on July 15th. They had to announce some of the members there. Elon was not named there, but a lot of his friends were. Joe Lonsdale, who's the co-founder of Palantir, was listed. The Winklevoss twins, some other very prominent venture capitalists from Sequoia. But he was not there. But from what my understanding is, he's been very actively involved in this PAC since June. And, there will be more disclosures that they have to make as months go on, quarterly. And I expect to see him listed in those ones.
That's definitely interesting. Really showcasing just how much the election is definitely heating up. Dana Mattioli, thanks so much for joining us here on Live Now from Fox. You guys do such a great job over at the Wall Street Journal. Keep breaking the news, and then keep coming on. We appreciate it.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Take care.